if you are still wondering, well, how will it be in the days of Antichrist? Well, really, will it be a really, really small minority who will recognize the Antichrist? I think we should understand that that's not hard to understand. That's not hard to see. It's not hard to see at all. So we have to struggle and work to have that discernment and acquire that discernment. We have to pray fervently so that we can distinguish who the Antichrist is. This will only be given to the faithful and to the saints. Many, many, many others, the vast majority, will be deceived. And so we have to seek this out. It's not going to just come because we're Christian and good people. Right? You've got to actively try to acquire and understand the scriptures and the teachings of the fathers. Not only for the Antichrist, but for his forerunner. And this is the same deceitful characteristics that you see in the Antichrist, you're going to see in the forerunner of the Antichrist, the false prophets. The false prophet who's coming, right? He's going to be a person like the Antichrist and all the rest. Before he even arrives, we will be in such a state of affairs. This is all Elder Athanasius. I'm basing everything here, just summarizing Elder Athanasius. We'll be in such a state of affairs, brothers and sisters, that the whole world will be subservient to Antichrist, the spirit of Antichrist, right? So the systems of global control will be in place. We'll have a justice system and philanthropy and economics and political and all that will be arranged already. Then the false prophet, and then after that, the Antichrist will come. So these global systems of control, we see them already in front of us right now being set up. We can see very clearly that they're being set up right now. There are many people who are ringing the alarm bell that we are on the verge of going to a new global currency, perhaps, or a digital currency, a central bank digital currency. We're gonna see if that happens. These are people who are not at all talking about Christ, right? These are just economic analysts, and they're saying, look, if this happens, they're going to have total control. And if they want to shut you out of the economy, that's very easy to do. Just with a little press of the button, you're no longer able to buy or sell in the economic system. We're not talking about 100 years from now. We're talking about 3 years from now that this could be in place in the United States. And many people are speculating they're going to implode the economy so that they have a very high inflation and that they're forced to introduce a central bank digital currency, and therefore they're going to have total control. And a lot of people are speculating that we're going to see in the next 2 to 3 years all of these events. So, I mean, this is not Father Peter talking. I'm not an expert on these things. I'm just telling you what I hear and what I see. They might be wrong. It might be another 20 years. I don't know. But the fact that people are saying, and they're serious people who spotted a lot of the COVID insanity, and they're saying the same thing now, right? They're not people who are just popping in and charlatans. They're people who are suffering for the truth with regard to the COVID lies, and now they're saying the same thing is happening with the global currency and all the rest. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm not trying to be the prophet here, but I think it's extremely interesting and phenomenal that we have people saying these things. And the elders saying these systems of control, global control, will be in place. And we see already the potential that this could be coming very, very quickly in front of us through the economic system. We're going to have a global control. So phenomenal, really. And so you have to seek out and to understand these things. You have to work at it. It's a work. You've got to work at it. And you're going to be able to spot the prophets, to understand hear and understand their preaching, to spot who the Antichrist is. All these things are essential if you're going to be saved in the days of Antichrist. And on another level, that's always been the case, right? There's always Antichrist and the spirit of Antichrist in the world, but this is obviously at a much greater and global level. I'm still